Tinder is something we can do as a family. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dead Film Critics Society. It's been like a week off because Daniel decided to go to camp. I'm sure he had fun. Did you have fun, Daniel?
Yeah, I had fun. Yeah.
That's great. All right, well, we're back now, and there's been a lot of movie buzz. So let's get right into this, man. We have quite a bit of news, and then we're gonna do an awesome trailer reaction, the one we've all been waiting for. So you probably know what that is already. Anyways, Daniel, start us off. What have you got for some news?
What to start with? Let's go with. So Dune's runtime.
Yep.
Has been revealed. It's going to be 2 hours and 35 minutes. Denis Villeneuve confirmed that. It's been on the TIFF website as well. It premieres at the Venice Film Festival, and then will play in a special event IMAX premiere at TIFF. If I somehow get to see that, that would be the most amazing thing ever. But I'm sure that the people who donate, like Press and Industry, they have their own screening, and then everyone who pays like a ton of money to help with TIFF. They have like contributors who like have thousands of dollars or something will be seeing it. But who knows? Maybe my measly TIFF membership gives me a chance. Who knows? But yeah, I'm excited for that. It's a nice long watch for Dune.
All right. Yeah, no, I mean, I saw that too. It definitely looks pretty solid. I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, that's not the longest runtime. I mean, I thought it could have been somewhere over 3 hours long.
Yeah, it easily could have been closer to 3 hours, but
yeah, but hey, I mean, I like movies in that time range. I feel like they're just long enough where the pacing can still be like solid and make it feel like maybe like even an hour and a half movie. So, yeah.
Anyways, what do you got?
Okay, so let me pull up my notes real quick here. All right. Okay, so apparently, you're one of your favorite directors, and like a director who I like. I think he's made some solid movies. Robert Eggers, he's apparently making a Nosferatu movie with Anya Taylor-Joy set to star. I want to hear your thoughts on that. What do you think? Do you think that movie could be good?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Robert Eggers is a very good director. I'm looking forward to The Northman, which he's releasing in March at the moment from Focus Features. That also has Anya Taylor-Joy in it. So clearly, she was in his first film, or at least his first large one, The Witch. So they clearly like to work together, and you know what? That's a good collaboration. Anya's clearly, not afraid to be, she's like taking the approach of like what you would expect to be like kind of a scream queen. She's been in a lot of these horror movies, but these are pretty sophisticated ones, I'd say. One's from like Robert Eggers. She's in the Edgar Wright movie, which will definitely have some horror elements. It's supposed to be like a psychological thriller.
Yeah, and then of course, if you want to count Split as a horror film.
Yeah, if you want to count, I mean, Glass is pretty.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have to talk about Glass. That's okay.
Yeah. So I mentioned CinemaCon. The biggest thing I think we got from that is that the Matrix 4 title was revealed to be the Matrix Resurrections.
Yes.
And there was like an image.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm excited. I mean,
I can't be only because like I saw the first Matrix. I thought it was okay. I haven't watched the other two, which I know are going to be worse. So it's like, is it worth? Do I need to like watch?
No, I mean, I understand. I understand your feelings. I mean, like it makes sense though, because like I really enjoy the first one. I rewatch it frequently, and by frequently I mean maybe like once a year or something like that. But I mean. But after that, I get it. Like the last two in that series are pretty boring, with the exception of the incredible highway chase in The Matrix Reloaded. That's like probably one of the best like cinematic action sequences ever put to film. So, yeah, I think it's executed brilliantly, and I like how they actually constructed a real like highway set for that on like this disused runway, which I think is awesome. I love when they do shit practically like that. So, yeah. I don't know. I just like the filmmaking techniques there. It was really nice, but other than that, it's pretty lame. The rest of the series.
Yeah. So Reminiscence was a film that came out this past weekend. It did not do very well. It had a $2 million debut under like a $60-70 million budget.
Yep.
Not very good at all. This article from Variety believes it highlights the struggles of movies aimed at older audiences because older audiences are less likely to go because of COVID rather than younger ones. And I don't know what they mean exactly by older audiences? My dad
I
was
mean, I
like,
was pretty
I had
excited like to see it from the trailer. I mean, you
yeah,
seemed to be pretty
I
excited too.
was
And like you
probably
and I
gonna
are
see
both
it.
like around
Yeah,
18, right? So
yeah, I
yeah.
was gonna see it, but now that I see the reviews it's gotten, it's definitely not worth watching in theaters for me.
Yeah, no,
I don't even know if
I
I'll end
think I
up
would
checking it
rather
out
like
on
wait till it comes
streaming.
out on streaming or something, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah,
I'll even do that at this point, honestly. That is- It's
yeah,
kind of
no, I mean,
sad how much of a failure this movie's kind of
it kind of
becoming.
sucks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it definitely has a cool premise, and I am gonna see it eventually because I do like my boy Hugh Jackman. You know, Australia got to
Yeah,
represent, right? So, yeah,
it's just I don't know. Like my dad said, like he believes like I don't know what they mean exactly by older audiences. He believed that he said like thought he thought of like 30 to 60. It's like obviously seniors aren't the main market for film in general at all,
yeah,
like at all.
yeah,
But then like I guess I don't know 30 60. But that again that doesn't seem too old to me. But then
yeah.
again I don't know. It's like
I actually
because then it's like well if you take out that market then who do you have left? You got I guess you have the kids and it's like but like 12-year-olds and younger aren't vaccinated.
Yeah.
So I don't know how parents are handling that stuff. Obviously,
No,
that's a
no,
lot
I
of
get it.
worry
I get it.
for
Yeah.
that stuff to
No,
go.
it's a mixed bag, honestly. Like there's
Yeah.
always going to be people out there who are going to make it more dangerous for the rest of us. I mean, yeah, I just don't even understand like why it's like even like an option at this point not to get vaccinated. I mean, for real, like this
Because
is I'm not. This is obviously
freedom.
this isn't a political like channel, but for the love of God, man, like get vaccinated so we can all go back to normal and just watch movies regularly again in the theaters without having to worry about this shit. Like, come on, that's not cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
12-year-olds and younger can't
Yeah,
medically
I
yet.
know, but I'm just
And
saying, like, their
then yeah, I
parents who are
know.
like, who still like trying to like bring them out places when they know they're not vaccinated, and then get upset like when that shit happens. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, but then that's also like I feel like it's a little unfair to like, it's like those kids are like in essentially maybe people who need to be outside the most. Maybe not at like places or the movies necessarily.
Yeah,
And
and
also the
honestly,
movies are pretty
little kids at the
safe.
movies are never like they're so rarely they work out. I mean, I
I
remember this
mean,
one
yeah,
time I fucking went to go see Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom in theaters, right? Which I admit was a mistake because that
that's a
movie's not very
mistake.
good. Yeah, I know, but still, the movie experience was like ruined even more for me because like in the theater there was like this like group of like little like for lack of a better word, bastards, okay? They're fucking talking throughout the entire film. Every time they see a dinosaur, they're like, "Ooh, I know what that is." Then they're fucking like say what it is out loud at full volume. Meanwhile, their mom's like texting on the
T-Rex.
phone, sound on. She's watching like fucking Instagram videos or Facebook videos or something. It was ridiculous. Honestly. People like that just shouldn't be allowed outside. Like that's such a like they just have such a lack of social awareness. It was like ridiculous. Like and yeah, I mean, like the movie wasn't great, but I could have probably enjoyed it just a bit more if like I actually had a decent theater experience. Because a decent theater experience, I think, can really elevate the quality of a movie
Yeah,
sometimes. You know,
for sure.
I mean, I felt that way with some of the older Marvel films. Like when I saw them in theaters, I liked them a lot more than when I saw them at home. So
Right. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's part of the Marvel experience, if you will. Yeah, I don't know. Shang-Chi should be cool. I'm hoping.
yeah. No, speaking of that, actually, I think we talked about it before, like we got on to record, but like it's holding a 92% rating on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It's like
Yeah.
71 on Metacritic, which is solid, and it makes me
hmm
excited for it.
Yeah,
So
I'm definitely looking forward to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess I'll
What do you
move on
got?
to my next piece of news.
Let's go.
Someone asked if they thought that Denis Villeneuve should have done what Peter Jackson did with the Lord of the Rings movies and filmed both Dune movies back to back to avoid what's going on now, because there's a lot of I don't know, pessimism and potential of like, maybe not getting a part two just based on like there's a lot of pressure on this first Dune movie to do well, so there
Yeah,
can be a second one because otherwise it's gonna be I don't know unfortunate. Warner's Brothers and like Legendary Pictures, like the producing studios, weren't ever gonna do that. I, God knows how Peter Jackson managed to convince them. I mean, I don't know something about Tolkien's work. I guess something about Lord of the Rings just makes
yeah,
something clicks because I mean they're doing that's what Amazon's doing, fucking $1 billion series with
yeah.
that.
I mean, all I can say is that shit better be good, man.
Yeah,
Honestly, like if
exactly.
you're
It's
sinking
like
$1 billion into something, it better be fucking flawless. Okay.
yeah. Also,
Yeah.
Denis Villeneuve said, like, I don't know, he apparently thought that if he had to film both of them at the same time, it would have, like, killed him. It would have been insane for him. And
Yeah, I don't
he
blame him.
also doesn't know how Peter Jackson managed to do it either. Like, fucking
Well, that man
film.
is just built different, and he got to be in his home country as well. So I imagine that
Yeah,
like
I mean,
definitely
he also made I don't know, something about him and making long movies. It's like, he made a 3.5 hour King Kong movie,
Yeah.
which is fucking insane to me. I was just like, oh, he made a King Kong movie, cool. And then I see the fucking runtime. I'm just like, what the fuck did they do for 3.5 hours?
A
How
lot,
long?
actually.
Like,
You'd be
what?
surprised.
Yeah, I figured,
Yeah.
like, sure, but, like, it's just kind of insane.
No, it is.
And
It
then
is a
also,
bit too long in some areas, but it justifies the runtime for the most
I mean,
part.
compared to,
So
like, Skull Island, which is less than 2 hours.
yeah,
Which is, yeah, and then he has, like, the extent, and then the extended version of The Lord of the Rings altogether are, like, almost 13 hours. It's like,
yeah.
it's fucking crazy what this guy has done. It's like, it's kind of insane that he doesn't, like, do TV shows almost. I feel like as well. I don't know what he's like like he's done some documentary stuff, which I think like he helped do that World War One documentary. He's doing one on the Beatles. So I'm assuming he's has to go through a lot of found footage and a lot of effort to do that. I don't know. Guy just works hard. In respect to him.
No, he does.
Not to say that
Honestly.
obviously someone like Denis Villeneuve doesn't, but also like he's especially with Blade Runner and the fact that that didn't do very well. I don't think him as a director isn't enough. He's not a Christopher Nolan or Quentin Tarantino, even though he's just as talented as those guys.
Yeah,
He's not the name that brings him the money to seats, unfortunately, which
yeah.
is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. I think if
Should
this
change his
Dune movie
name.
does well, he will be like that though.
Yeah,
If
but
it, if,
it's gonna be really hard to be like a true success. Like I can see
yeah,
it like maybe making its money back, freaking getting a bunch of Academy Award nominations, including like big things like picture and director. But even then, I can't imagine it being too much of a success, unfortunately, because it's just there's not enough. Obviously, having people like Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet and a bunch of other really known actors is good, but like the book itself like didn't do has isn't it's too nerdy probably. Honestly, it would have to like there's some parts that make it look like it's probably trying to be a little more like Star Wars, which is good for its like bankability. It's PG-13, but
yeah.
I just can't unfortunately see that happen. I don't know if Denis is going to be able to ever get to that point, unfortunately, even with Dune. And even if he gets to make a Dune Part 2, it's always going to be like it's going to be even if he like it's going to be limited in some way. I don't know.
Okay,
And
well, I
especially
guess
with COVID.
yeah, I know. But you know what? I guess we'll find out what happens,
Yeah, we'll
right?
find
I
out.
have faith in him. I think he can do it, but it is
Yeah.
still a big project, and I am still nervous a bit. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I think he'll be good though, for sure.
yeah,
And that's all that really matters. And hopefully we do get a part 2 if, and
yep.
obviously everyone seems to desire that.
Yeah, of course.
The
Do you have more
Unbearable
news?
Weight,
Oh, you
yeah,
do?
of Massive Talent featuring Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal. Have you ever heard of this? I'm trying to remember what studio. This was also revealed at CinemaCon.
What's the movie?
Yeah, it's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It's this really crazy script that was going around for a little bit, which is about apparently a guy who like kidnaps Nick Cage at like Nick Cage
Yeah,
gets invited
no,
to
I
this
heard
rich
about
guy's
that.
birthday party, and then like he
Yeah.
kidnaps him, and then he has to like reignite some of his most famous characters to get set free. So that's coming out on April 22nd of 2022. I'll
See, I
probably
think
be
that's gonna be an
chucking that.
interesting movie.
That's
To be
actually
honest,
pretty close to when I come back from my like uh, gap year program thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know. This might be one of the first movies I see when I get back, which I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool. It sounds really interesting. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to hype it up too much. It could like obviously be really fun and really good, because Nick Cage is if he did this, he's clearly gonna put a lot into it to try to like become
Yeah.
those characters. And obviously it's kind of a meme that he's just like playing other characters sort of, but I don't know,
Yeah.
we'll see. It could also be kind of shit. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
Pedro
Maybe they'll be
Pascal
the good
as
kind of
like the
series.
hammy rich guy is pretty great casting. I think he's
Yeah, no, for
proved
sure.
that
I
he
mean, like,
definitely belongs
I
in that
think,
kind of
yeah,
role.
he was the best part of Wonder Woman 1984. Like, he was the reason why I actually kind of liked that movie just a tiny bit, but the rest of the movie's kind of boring when he's not in it. But like,
Yeah.
he elevated the scenes he was in. I think, yeah, he could be a really good. He's a good character actor. I'm interested to see how he'll do in this. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actor. So Barry Keoghan, unfortunately, was apparently hospitalized after he was assaulted somewhere in Ireland, I think.
That makes sense. The
Um,
Irish, fucking hell. I can say that. Just want to make that clear. I can
yeah.
say that because I'm part Irish, so no
Yeah.
hate.
So apparently he
Yeah.
required hospital treatment. It seems he'll be okay. He suffered
Yeah.
some facial, well, is quoted as serious facial injuries outside the city's G Hotel in the early hours of last Sunday.
Oh, that's
It seems
terrible.
like he'll be okay. I,
Yeah.
obviously his face is like, as being a movie star is kind of important. Hopefully he's fine on that end. Um, I also find it sad that like he's the victim of violence after like he's not nearly to the point where I think he should be. I think he's a very talented actor, and I hope that this incident won't hold him back to be able to like get other great projects and stuff just in any
Yeah,
way,
I hope
shape,
so
or form.
too.
Whether it's like gonna affect him mentally, physically, whatever. I hope he's
Yeah.
able to get past this, but yeah, no. I look forward to seeing him in Eternals, and I look forward to seeing him in other stuff. I hope he gets better for sure.
Yeah.
Spencer, the Princess Diana biopic with Kristen Stewart, had a poster reveal at CinemaCon. There was also a trailer clip. People seemed very confident in her performance from the clip that they saw at CinemaCon. It wasn't released. It was only shown there. There might be a cam rip out there somewhere, but who cares? Yeah, I don't know. She seems to be very much going for it. People say she very much embodies Princess Diana, so an acting nomination seems pretty like a foregone conclusion almost based on what I'm
Yeah.
hearing because it's a very
Well, I
baby
mean,
role.
good for Kristen Stewart, man. I'm glad that
Yeah,
she's like finally shook the Twilight reputation that she got as a bad actress, which is honestly not fair. That whole script was awful. I mean,
yeah.
it's not her fault. She's a talented actress. It's just I'm glad people are finally starting to like
Mhm.
wake up and see that. So
Yeah, and I think there's
yeah,
even people are speculating about the possibility of a win. I mean, Best Actress seems very chaotic because there's a lot of actresses who seem to be in roles that could be either lead or supporting, which
yeah,
usually those type of roles wouldn't be in contention for a win. Usually they like roles like they like true lead roles, especially like just in general. Honestly, but I
yeah,
think especially for the women, there's a good amount of movies where they'll only like get one or two nominations. It'll just be lead
yeah.
actress and then maybe another nomination. Sometimes none at all. Billie Holiday was an example of that last year. But yeah, so no, she could win. I mean, there's it's obviously still very early in the season. We're
Yeah.
getting very close to fall festival season. That starts pretty much on the 2nd with Venice Film Festival. Once we hear stuff from that, I think we'll know more about what are going to be the best movies of the year, and then obviously knowing what the best movies of the year might be helps us see what the Oscars might nominate,
Yeah.
which is always cool. The
Hmm.
Power of the Dog is beginning a lot of press releases. There's an image of Kirsten Dunst for it. I'll just hold that up right there. In her role, got a cool little shot of Benedict Cumberbatch and Jesse Plemons' characters riding horses. Got one of Benedict Cumberbatch by himself.
Yep.
Got the Kirsten Dunst one. We have Cody McPhee Smith, who's an actor I've
Cody
never
Smith
heard of.
McPhee.
Cody Smith McPhee,
Yeah.
who apparently seems to be somewhat in a pretty main role overall. I thought
That's all
Thomasin
right. I mean,
McKenzie would be like,
he's a good actor. I mean, I'm glad to see more of him. You know, I mean,
yeah. I haven't. I
yeah.
don't think I've seen him in anything. I'll have to check.
Well, I mean, the movies I remember him from are You're Next, and which is about like a young boy who befriends a teenage vampire basically, and
Okay.
it's interesting because I mean it's not like I know it sounds like a like Twilight like kiddie version, right? But it's like
Right.
it's not. It's actually like a pretty solid movie. It's based off like this. I think it's a Scandinavian movie of some description, but
Okay.
and he was also in what's him called? Fucking Dawn of the Planet of the Apes as well.
Yeah.
That was the other one I remember from. But yeah,
I just
he's done a
assumed
few good things.
that Thomason McKenzie would have like the fourth biggest role. I knew that Cumberbatch, Clemens, and Dunst had the largest roles overall. But I thought that Thomason McKenzie might have the fourth largest role and be like part of the because like the poster doesn't have her name on it. It's just the Cody Smith and the other three. Which, you know, apparently his role is pretty interesting. Apparently he does some interesting stuff in his for his character. So he was apparently in Dolomite Is My Name, and I've seen. That's the in Apocalypse, X-Men. I don't know who.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, no, I know
he Nightcrawler.
He was Nightcrawler. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Alright, shall we move on? What else do you got?
A couple other things. Tragedy Macbeth is going to be closing out London Film Festival, so it's good to see that at another film festival. John Leguizamo is joining Anya Taylor-Joy and Ralph Fiennes in Searchlight's The Menu, which also I believe has Nicholas Hoult, which sounds like a pretty interesting movie. For Searchlight Fox Pictures, which is usually their Oscar-type studio area where they usually produce Oscar contenders. It's also produced by Adam McKay, which makes me question it, but it's directed and written, I think, by one of the directors and writers on or at least directors, I think, on Succession, which is a show that has done pretty well for itself, won Best Drama Series this last Emmys. So, and I think he's done a good job with Succession. I think better than at least Adam McKay. There's also the first image of Joaquin Phoenix in Come On, Come On, which is going to be at Telluride Film Festival and New York Film Festival. This is from A24. We all know what A24 does. They're pretty good. And yeah, that could potentially be a contender this upcoming Oscars. And it looks like a solid movie. Joaquin Phoenix gets a pretty baity role, apparently. Anyways, yeah, let's move on. Which movie do you want to talk about first? Or do you want to go to the trailer reaction?
Let's just do the trailer reaction. Just get that out of the way.
Quick check showed me the best Capital One card I could get approved for with 100% certainty, and it didn't impact my credit score.
All right. You can see it, right?
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't.
The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really know.
Stop talking.
What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time.
The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
The problem is you trying to live two different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes.
Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
Hello, Peter.
Oh, PS5. Alright, well. Actually, wait, let me close the stream. Alright, well, what did you think?
Dude. I'm so fucking excited, man. Seriously. Like, that's the shit right there. It's exactly what I needed. You know, I mean, that trailer has everything, bro. It teased Sandman, it teased the Green Goblin with fucking Willem Dafoe. Like, I didn't even think that was possible. What the hell? And and of course, the other fucking bringing back Dr. Octopus. What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm about to I don't care like how much schoolwork I have to do around that time it comes out. I'm gonna go see that movie. It looks amazing. I just hope it doesn't get fucked up, you know, because the Spider-Man 3 curse is real, or at least the final Spider-Man movie in the series curse. I don't know if that's what you want to call it, but
Sure.
I mean, the last movies that have kind of concluded a film series that has Spider-Man in it haven't exactly been very good. I hope this one just like blows away that curse and just like kicks ass, because it looks like it will. So yeah.
The Sandman? I didn't see Sandman personally. Where's Sandman?
Yeah, well, there was a frame of it, so that I saw it on Fandom. It looks like people are saying it could be Sandman, but I mean, I don't know. It's possible.
I mean, sure. Yeah. Do you think that they're gonna bring the other Spider-Mans to this?
God, I fucking hope so. Wouldn't that be something? But actually, I was reading some news, and apparently, like, you know that Sony universe of Marvel characters that, you know, like the I can't remember what it was called, but it's like, yeah, like you know, the one with you know, Venom and Mobius, you know, that one. Yeah, well, like now they've renamed it to Sony Spider-Man universe, so we already know that, you know, that shit is gonna like cross over. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I guess that Michael Keaton shit from the Mobius trailer was a correct prediction then. Awesome. All right. Well, yeah, I'm quite excited for this. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. There's a lot of Doctor Strange, which obviously, I mean, was somewhat expected.
Yeah.
I do think there might be too much Doctor Strange. I do like.
Well, it's just the trailer. We don't end
movies to be. Yeah, I know. But the whole premise seems to be wrapped around expanding the multiverse, which obviously, apparently, I don't know if it's gonna like, if the multiverse part is why, you know, Doc Ock and Green Goblin are gonna show up. Who knows? If those are the reasons, because obviously their appearance I think definitely indicates there will be other Spider-Man. Which, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they might be trying to cheat giving a full arc to this Tom Holland Spider-Man and, like, maybe trying to throw him into just a larger picture too fast. And this idea of, like, you know, creating a spell that's going to mess everything up because he's trying to, like, make everyone forget that he was Spider-Man. And it's like, I don't know, it just seems like a little bit of a cheap way to try to resolve that. Obviously, it's not going to be too cheap because obviously, apparently it's like, when they use that, it works, but then it creates another problem and blah, 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 blah. But it really seemed to not focus on, like, how it would affect his, like, the people he loves, but rather, like, just the other characters. And I'm sure they're going to go into, like, obviously how this is going to affect his relationship with other characters. Because, like, wouldn't Strange forget that he's Peter Parker, and you'd have to learn that again as well? Because then wouldn't he, like, after doing the spell, be like, why is this random teenager in my sanctum? I don't know who you are. Right?
Yeah.
In theory. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, I wish they maybe gave more hints to how they're going to explore that rather than just completely going to, like, the villain stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna see it. I'm looking forward to it enough. I do think I definitely have some questions, and I hope, and obviously the movie could easily answer them. I'm just a little concerned there's maybe too many questions. There won't be enough answers for it. Because, like, based on how many things I feel like they need to do in this movie, it's probably gonna have to be longer than 2. I feel like it should probably be reaching towards the 2.5 hour mark. I don't know if they revealed the runtime yet, but
yeah,
it's kind of what I'm thinking. Anyways, you want to go ahead and talk about movies we're talking about today's trailer.
Okay, well, I mean, I saw that CODA was up on the screen for a little bit there, at least your thoughts on it. So why don't we start with CODA? Yeah.
All right. We're going to talk about CODA, which is a 2021 film directed by Sean Helder, starring Emilia Jones, Marley Matlin, Troy Kutzer, Eugenio Derbez, Ferdia Walsh-Pilo, and Daniel Durant. It was also written by Sean Helder, and is based off of a French film, I believe of the same name. And yeah, I don't know. What did you think of it? It's on Apple TV Plus if you want to watch it. But spoilers for CODA, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
what did you think of it?
I thought it was a really sweet movie. I thought it handled those people with hearing disabilities very well. I mean, I think it's nice that American Sign Language is featured prominently. You got some really good actors and actresses, especially Marley Matlin. She's one of the most prominent deaf actors out there. I think she was pretty good in the film. I think she had some pretty funny moments as well. I mean, that's another good thing. I think the comedy in this film is handled very well. It's because the film, it's not overly comedic in tone. It has a lot of comedic elements. It's like a dramedy, I guess you could say, but it knows when to use them. It doesn't try and beat you over the head with comedy, which is nice. At least to some really good, at least to some really sweet moments. And then when the comedy eventually does come, I think the jokes land pretty much all the time. I don't know what you thought about the jokes, but I thought they were all pretty good.
Yeah, I thought the jokes were solid. I didn't really find myself laughing too much overall, I'd say.
No, I mean, I wasn't dying of laughter, but they were definitely
and obviously
good,
that wasn't, there was a couple nice chuckles out there. I did think it sometimes clashed a little bit with, the levity and some of the drama of the scenes that were happening and how they were trying to move the story forward a little bit. Not too much. Not to the point it bothered me at all, but it was there. Yeah, no, comedy's solid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like the performance of, I'm looking at her name right now. It's Emilia Jones. She was in this Netflix show, Lock and Key, which I really liked. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, she was solid in that, I guess. She didn't really do anything bad. She didn't really do anything, good either. It was just she just kind of served her purpose in that show. But I think, she really gets a chance to shine here. I think she does a great job throughout the film. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I like the whole, point. She wants to help her family, but, she also wants to, do what's, best for her and follow her dreams and do something that she knows she'll love, right? Mm-hmm. And it's nice to see that by the end of the film, her family is supportive of her journey, so.
That is maybe one of my complaints, honestly, is that
Really?
her passion for music, I don't think it's fleshed out maybe enough. It's just, there's one scene where we discover, oh, she's good singing, and then one scene where she plays like a weirder song for a friend. But then the rest
Yeah,
of the
I know,
time
but I
she's
mean,
singing pretty like, I don't
yeah,
know, basic stuff, I guess, I don't know.
I don't
Things
know.
that
I
are
mean,
definitely not synonymous with that.
I'd argue that it's kind of set up right from the beginning. I mean, like when we hear her singing on the boat, right? You know, I mean, like it kind of
Yeah, but
establishes
like
very early
anyone
on
can
that
do
she's
that.
musically
I
inclined.
could do that. I would probably do that if there's music playing. I would
Yeah,
do
I know,
that. I'm
but
not
like we
trying to
notice
be
that
no
it's different
singer.
because she can actually sing and she actually has a good voice, right? You know, because whether it's if you and I did it, like we'd sound
Sure.
like shit,
Just because
probably.
you can sing well doesn't mean you want to sing.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm
like
just saying.
I know, but like I don't know if that's I don't know if that's really valid. But I mean, if you want to go ahead and say that, you definitely can. But yeah,
I don't know. They could have.
yeah,
I feel like they just could have done more to try to flesh out her love for music because it just. I don't know. A lot like and some things in this movie just feel a bit easy. I'll go ahead and say all the performances are great.
yeah,
They do enough of a new approach to this coming of age romance high school movie we've seen a lot, but it's like it's not too different, but they does it pretty
yeah,
well. Um, though like other than them being deaf, there's nothing in the writing that's particularly new, especially as far as like story beats go.
yeah.
I think the approach in a couple scenes was pretty like I think they gave the most important moments for the movie. They connected to the family's deafness, which I think was very important. You know, that it wasn't about just things that other normal people do, because it was. They did a good enough job making sure the main moments were about, like, you know, what made their family unique. Even though I think they overall in the film they could have done that more. People were like, you know, this did pretty well at Sundance. It won a lot of awards. It was sold to Apple for I think like a record $25 million. There's been a good amount of hype from people who've seen it before, who saw it through Sundance, saying that there's potential for the supporting actors to get nominated, like Marlee Matlin and Troy Kotzer, who
I could
plays the
see
father.
that.
I couldn't see it really. Like I probably wouldn't nominate them even at this point. If I'm being honest, I'd have to like obviously break down who I think has the best performances in the movies I've seen from this year.
Yeah.
But like, I can't imagine the Academy nominating them.
Yeah.
Cause like I hate to compare it to like one of the only movies I know that involves deaf people. Cause obviously it's like, you know, those movies are like they're obviously very different movies, and it's like other than having characters who are deaf, there's nothing really to compare them. But like Paul Raci in particular. He had a little bit of a tough time even getting nominated, and I think he was very much a lot better and definitely more of a varied kind of tone to his performance. It switched a lot more. Like, I think, and like, obviously, you know, unfortunately, like, I now think about it, his character, like, Paul Raci's character is able to talk. These characters aren't really. That doesn't obviously take away from the performance, but it does make it a little bit harder overall to like connect. I don't think they do maybe as much as they could have potentially. I did get kind of emotional for like the last scene where like, you know, she starts doing the sign language for her family who's snuck up to the balcony. I think that's, you know, obviously it's a little cheesy, but you know,
I think it
won
works.
me over for sure. And
Yeah,
again,
no,
I'm
it
a
was a
sucker.
very
I'm a
sweet
sucker
moment.
for these high school movies, anyways. So,
Yeah.
anyways, like, you know, I think these will always have a special place in my heart. I do think it should have maybe tried to distance itself more, like maybe try to explore these characters a little more. Because, like, frankly, I think the movie could have been longer. I would have been fine with that. I think it maybe wraps up a little too fast. I think they could have looked more into, like, again, one of my complaints is I think they could have gone into more of what makes these like family interesting, other than like they're fishermen and she likes to sing. It's pretty much all we know, and I guess the brother's horny. That's pretty much all we know about this movie. Like these characters for the most part, and that, you know, the mom and dad love each other very much, physically so as well. Because all, you know. And then, obviously, the conflict is, like, it's not that complex. It's either, you know, it's well done enough. I don't think that's really bad thing. We only really get like one scene where it confronts her being a bit of a social outcast. For the most part, it just focuses on the fisherman dilemma, which doesn't like she like as much as she's somewhat the center of that, she's also not, because like she's not the ones like saying anything. She's just there to interpret, which is obviously, and then obviously the drama revolves her around how integral she is as an interpreter. But like at the same time, I don't know if it like how much they focus on that compared to her in some situations is as good.
Yeah.
Like, her relationships with her friends, I don't think they're as developed as they could be, especially the other girl. And to be fair, something like Lady Bird, which I love a lot, which has some similar things, obviously being come-of-age films about females, who end up wanting to go to college and a little bit of a financial struggle. There's some similarities there. There are like the connection with the friends and stuff. There isn't like too much, but I think there's definitely more memorable moments and like things they do compared to these. Like Ruby's friend, her entire role is just to like hook up and then start dating his brother, and that's pretty much. Is that it? I feel like that's it, honestly.
Kinda, yeah.
It kind of is, which is like little shallow, like, you know.
Yeah, but that's the type of person she is.
Like, yeah, and I mean, like, obviously they don't like indicate too much. Like, they don't tease that they're like really, really good friends. Obviously, she ends up driving her to like school, which is like, I mean, cool. Yeah, but all we get is like her thinking that Ruby's music is weird. And like I said, and then Ruby ends up singing mostly basic stuff. Not that like. It just, I don't know, felt a little inconsistent. And obviously, I think Emilia, the actor, is pretty good at singing, so that helped a lot. You could tell it was actually her singing, and she's pretty good at that. Like I said, I think the wrap-up might have felt a little quick. But I think the pacing and how they cut the scenes is maybe the best part of the movie overall, or at least from a technical perspective. I think that was very well done. A couple shots look nice, but like overall, it's nothing special at all visually. It works for the movie. The conclusion, it's like you don't really know how the Ruby's family is gonna deal with the fishing situation without her, even though it kind of indicates this like fisherman's co-op kind of works. Is gonna work overall. And that they're gonna be able to afford a interpreter, I guess, or at least someone who can hear. Her love interest kind of relationship arc is it's there. It's not very well developed. And again, I think obviously don't want to make it too long, but at the same time, I think they could have added a couple scenes to maybe add a little more to like some of these relationships, specifically that one, because they established that Ruby likes him. So she joins choir. She knows she can sing well-ish. She can sing well, or at least I don't know how confident she was, because she wasn't clearly too confident. She runs away from her audition. She ends up being good. The teacher sees she has talent, and he also has talent in theory. So they end up having to do a duet together, which is it's the most convenient way to develop this and have scenes with them. But like the one scene where they like really kind of connect is interrupted for comedy. So I didn't think was the best move, even though it is funny enough, and didn't like. If it wasn't funny at all, I definitely would have liked it a lot less. It was funny enough. Apparently they're just gonna like, I don't know, meet up because Boston's not that far away from the town they live in. Because I honestly, when I heard Berkeley for the first time, I thought they were talking about the one in California.
Yeah, same here, actually.
Not gonna lie. It came clear, obviously, over time that it wasn't. Because obviously that would have felt a lot heavier, but just to go to the local school for music makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Much better handled than the kissing booth, where Elle just gets into Harvard and Berkeley without breaking a sweat. Or at least not in school, at least. I don't know. and they kind of treat the love interest character a little like they completely dump any motivation he has. He apparently there's one line where he just says, "Yeah, I choked," and even though apparently he's basically been working harder and has more pressure from his parents to do well at music.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird. It's like, well, he's fucked, but we're not going to touch on that at all.
Yeah.
Also, it's a little stupid, I think, to, like, I don't know how much in real, like, scenarios the audition matters. But it does, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just makes it feel like it's the end-all, be-all, which I can't imagine it is, but, like, it's fine. But, I think... Like I said, I think the movie could have been longer. There could have been more scenes to help develop some of these relationships a little more. Yeah. I think my favorite character, though, was Eugenio Derbez's character. I'm trying to remember what was it? Mr. V. I think he had the best character.
Yeah, his character was pretty great. I love that whole, like, interaction where, like, he's making... Like, she's getting embarrassed doing that vocal warm-up exercise, and then he sees that, and he makes everyone else do it, even though it's, like, silly as hell.
I mean, Yeah, it was honestly kind of bad of him. It was almost a little Fletcher of him to have her do it by herself, because it's kind of embarrassing. It was a reasonable decision. I don't think it's a decision that shows that, oh, he's, like, clearly very good. I think he was, like, a more reasonable, funnier, and lighthearted Fletcher, I think, because he clearly gave a shit and was gonna, like, hold standards and wouldn't take shit from them. From Ruby being late and stuff. He obviously allows a certain amount, but it's nowhere near the intensity of Fletcher, obviously. Not that it was obviously trying to go for that at all. But he's also funny, and I think the actor plays him really well. I think he really embodied the character. Apparently, like, improv'd a good amount of his stuff. Apparently there was a scene that they kind of cut out where, like, so they brought in students from Berkeley, like the school, to be, like, the extras in the choir. And apparently there was one scene where they're singing. And I think they took out a bunch of stuff where he was just, like, just insulting them. And apparently the students felt very bad, which is kind of funny. But obviously they made the character more lighthearted than that. I think there could have been a couple more moments where he's a little more stern, more Fletcher-like.
Yeah.
But I still like his character a good amount.
Yeah, I saw his character. He's pretty good.
And I like that even though obviously it's not about him at all, he's really just, he has his role. He doesn't really have that much of a relationship with Ruby outside of music. None. They acknowledge that, like, he has a family. The teachers are human beings too. They have families. They have shit to do. Sometimes they're immigrants and stuff. I don't know. The music was fine. It's not memorable. The sound is fine, but it didn't focus on sound design at all. But, especially for a movie like this, it's better when there wasn't any sound. It works better for the movie. And, that's fine. It's a good movie. I don't know. Do you have anything else to add?
No, dude, I'm done. I got nothing else to say. To be honest, it was a solid movie. I mean, like, it's not my favorite movie, but, I mean, it was definitely... I mean, I think it was about as nice and heartwarming as I expected it to be from the first trailer that we reacted to, right? So...
Yeah. So what do you want to give this out of 10?
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, I think.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10, but closer to a 7. Because I definitely have a little, maybe slightly more complaints than you, at least. Alright. Let's talk about Lightning McQueen. Speed. I am Speed. It's not about Lightning McQueen, it's about Keanu Reeves.
Idiot. Alright.
Jack.
Cool. Alright.
Speed is a 1994 film directed by Jan de Bont, who
Jan de Bont.
also Jan de Bont. Okay.
Yeah.
He also directed Twister.
Yep. And the incredible Speed 2 Cruise Control. Let's not forget about that.
I was about to say. That one has Willem Dafoe in it.
Yep.
Apparently it's.
He's got some meme-worthy lines in the
ratings.
sequel, but I mean,
Oof.
Yeah, that's about it.
Speed stars Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Hopper, and Jeff Daniels, and Joe Morton. It is about a Los Angeles SWAT cop, Jack Tavern, who's up against bomb expert Howard Payne, who's after some major ransom money. First, he rigs an elevator to explode in a very tall building, and then it's a rigged bus, and if it slows, it'll blow. It rhymes, so it's true. bad enough any day, but a nightmare in LA traffic, and that's still not the end.
Are you reading the plot summary off of IMDb?
Letterboxd. No, I'm reading it off of Letterboxd.
Okay.
This one kind of sucks, and that's still not the end. I'm like,
yeah, that
okay,
sounds like
that's a really
DVD
bad
fucking
ending.
Summary.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, LA traffic. I'm like, it didn't really matter that it was LA traffic.
Yeah, like they
If it was
literally
LA traffic,
an
they'd be
unopened
fucking
section
dead.
of freeway.
If it was real LA traffic, they'd be fucking dead.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
no way they would be able to pull this shit off. Anyways, I don't know what. So you recommended this?
Yep.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because I didn't know what else to recommend, and also
Fair enough.
Because I love this movie with all my heart. I know it's dumb, but I don't care. It's one of my favorite summer blockbuster movies. I mentioned this in my own video. You know, link in the description, maybe, please. Thank you. All right, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's just it's a quintessentially like 90s summer blockbuster action movie. You know, you got like the big names, and I think it has a lot of great practical stunts as well. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just executed really well. I mean, it looks pretty good. I think the action still holds up today. It doesn't look bad at all. I mean, yeah, it's a fun movie to watch.
It looks dated. You gotta say
really?
That. It does look dated. Are you kidding me?
Not that much.
It has
to, only
like,
because of the old cars and shit. That's about it. How does it look dated?
It looks. It just the way it's shot. I don't know the way.
Okay, there's only one shot
quality.
in the movie that I can think of that kind of looks dated, and that's like when the bus jumps the gap between the highway bridge.
That's not even. That's just they cheated that.
Yeah, I know they
so
cheated that. That's what makes it dated. Like, but what else makes it dated, dude? Seriously,
the explosions look dated. They're just the it's.
They're real.
It's the way it's shot. I know they're real, but it's just the way it's shot. It looks dated. The second one had a $110 million budget. What the fuck? Jeez.
It's because they needed to CGI the cruise ship crashing.
Damn. Anyways, I mean, it's pretty impressive for $28 million. I'll just go ahead and say that.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, what? What?
That was the budget of Speed.
That was the budget of Speed?
28 million USD.
No kidding. All right. Well,
same as Die Hard, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that shit.
Twister had a $92 million budget.
Yeah, I mean, Twister's effects look a little bit more dated, but I still think they're not. The tornado
when
effects.
When was Twister made?
1996.
So 2 years later? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess after Twister, they didn't really give Jan de Bont much more. Also, like, they said it was like, who's Mark Gordon? Because didn't they say like a Mark Gordon film? So I thought he was the director at first. I thought that was the opening credits. It's like rarely does a producer like say a Mark Gordon film, and I'm just like, okay, who is this guy?
Yeah,
I mean, he's been part of the producing team of a couple good movies like Saving Private Ryan, Steve Jobs, and Molly's Game.
Yeah.
He's also produced a lot of questionable stuff like Sesame Street with Anne Hathaway.
Wait, what?
Apparently, there's making a Sesame Street movie with Anne Hathaway and Matt Vogel and Ryan Dillon and Chance the Rapper.
What? What the fuck?
Jonathan Crisell is directing it. He's done like nothing.
Oh boy.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Okay, great.
Anyways, Speed.
I can already tell you don't like this movie. Why? Please explain to me.
It's not that it was entertaining enough. You know, I wasn't bored. There's a lot of plot holes. It's cheesy. Obviously, that's not too big of a deal for the movie. It is.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, that means like I can't think it's amazing.
Yeah.
The action I've seen better, even from like this time period. The concept is good for the most part. It's interesting. There's definitely, I don't know, like just the other stuff that was made in this year. Like obviously it looks like definitely one of the best action movies from the year. Oh, there's also True Lies. Which I'll watch eventually. So yeah, I'll give it like credit for that. And you know, it's revered as a classic. I don't know. I just think it's like, I don't know, a good newer approach to a rom-com. I don't know what else I really want to say too much. Like,
enough.
I want to say about it. Obviously, they have to cheat. Like, you know, stuff is like, one of the bigger things that I was like, none of these situations felt that creative, other than just the main concept of the bus. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, fair enough.
The
But
fact
this film won 2 Academy Awards, right?
Yeah, for sound, which I didn't think it honestly.
But still, that's still those are still 3 more Academy Awards than, I don't know, a lot of other films. So
isn't it only 2?
Sorry, no. I mean, they got nominated for but they
what
they
else
won
did they
2.
get nominated for?
Best film editing.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think did they edit. Yo, like I watched a 1994 Oscar retrospection from someone who, like, I don't know if you ever heard of the Oscar Expert, but I watch his videos sometimes, and he did one recently on that. It was kind of interesting to see that Speed had won a couple Oscars.
Yeah.
And then one editing. Editing that year was whack though. I don't. Did they even nominate Forrest Gump?
No, they did. Yeah, Forrest Gump.
Did it win?
Yeah, Forrest Gump won Best Picture and won Best Director
so one editing.
Zemeckis.
It did win. It did win editing.
Yeah.
Well, see. Okay. All right. You know what? I was about to roast the editing category, but it was a very good editing category. They nominated Speed, Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, The Big Boys, and then they also nominated Hoop Dreams, which didn't even get nominated for. You know about Hoop Dreams, right? You've heard of Hoop Dreams.
Yeah, of course I know about Hoop Dreams.
Yeah, it didn't get nominated for Best Documentary that year. Did you know that?
Really?
Yes. People are fucking pissed. Apparently, I don't know. Apparently, the accounting firm kind of fucked up. Also, because of the system that they voted on, apparently, like, the members gave it, like, a 10-0 rating. So, but apparently what people did is that the 5 they wanted to get in, they gave 10s, and then they gave the other one 0. So apparently that somehow put in... Like, people were so pissed about this, they investigated exactly what happened and they confirmed that Hoop Dreams was exactly 6th place in the voting. Yeah. But that's kind of insane. For, like, the other ones are, like, not nearly as known, and it's one of the only documentaries to, like, get an editing nomination. I think there's only 2 that ever gotten that. Back to Speed. I don't know. Like, Keanu's not the best actor, and neither is Sandra Bullock. Neither.
Yeah, no, the acting is. Dude, the acting is.
I know it's not about the acting. The dialogue's kind of stupid. It is.
Yep, I know.
Yeah. And I know. And I can easily see... I have literally no complaints about you loving this movie, because I 100% get it. It's a classic. There's a lot of reasons, it's like the action movie of that year, and obviously helps, like, I don't know what other action movies are made in the 90s.
Some of the Lethal Weapon movies.
Yeah, and other stuff. I don't know. I like Jeff Daniels in it, honestly. I think he's definitely the best actor.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like how they handle his death. It's just... He just looks more tired than, like... I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be like, oh, he's accepting his death because he knows that this place has been rigged to blow, but it looks more like he's more tired. When he wants to get off the fucking set. It's like he was done at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. You like this movie. You talk about it more. I don't want to be so pessimistic.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Look, I mean, I just like the spectacle of it. I like the tension it creates. I mean, I remember the first time I watched this, I was on the edge of, and I was like, first time I watched this movie, I was like 14, because that's when my mom was like, yeah, you can watch R-rated movies now. So that's the first time I watched it.
I forgot this is R-rated. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
If this was made today, this would definitely be PG-13. There's no fucking way they include swears for this fucking situation.
Yeah,
that's really the only thing that gets it in R rating is the swearing, right?
Yeah, there's a few like
there's a couple
gunshot, like like blood splatters here and there, but other than that, it's not too bad.
The driver gets shot, so there's some blood there.
Yeah,
but that's pretty much it. Yeah, there's no way this would definitely be PG-13 if they made it today, because they would want.
Yeah, that's all right.
It still succeeded pretty well though, right?
Yeah, no, it made like nearly $400 million at the box office
and gross. Money. Gross box office was about $350 million. So
yeah, I mean that's
Twister still made money. What the? Wait, really?
Was that?
Twister still made $495 million.
Yeah, Twister made a shit ton of money, man.
What? Then how come I've never heard of it?
I don't know, bro. I mean,
I
yeah,
thought that Juan de I was thinking that Juan de Bont's career got taken down, or did it get taken down by Speed 2? Definitely
got taken down by Speed 2.
Definitely got taken down by Speed 2. Okay, that makes sense. They wouldn't have allowed him to make Speed 2 if Twister failed, which was only a year after that.
Yeah.
A computer hacker breaks into the computer system of the Seaborn Legend cruiser line and sends it speeding on a collision course into a giant oil tanker.
Yeah. It's bad.
Starring the same character.
I know. I don't understand why Sandra Bullock is in the sequel. I mean, because like she has little to no connection. I mean, like I'm glad Keanu didn't like do that movie because I think he was like kind of sort of getting ready for the Matrix at that point, right? So I mean,
yeah, he probably would be.
Yeah.
Mentally preparing himself to be the one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Again, I don't know, man. I have such a good time every time I watch it. I mean, I really love all the practical effects. I mean, like, yeah, I know it's like shot a little bit funny, right? That was kind of style of the '90s, and yeah, it doesn't always look the best, but I mean,
time, and I'm not complaining about that.
But I love when shit is actually blown up instead of just computer generated to look like it's blown up. I mean, I think that just adds a little bit more, like, I guess, realism in a sense, right? Because this is a very unrealistic movie. Let's be honest here, but still, I mean, I think it puts you in the action just a little bit more. Yeah. I don't know. I like Dennis Hopper as the villain. I think he does a pretty good job.
Yeah, he's okay. He's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. He kind of, like, his character just kind of fucking gives up, it feels like, when he's, like, just...
Yeah, he gets his head fucking...
he goes all irrational and just fucking goes after Keanu instead of trying to use Sandra Bullock as, like, a hostage. Like, try to create a new scenario where he can get money, but instead he just says, fuck it, I'm going to try to kill Keanu. And obviously he's not going to beat Keanu. He hasn't fucking... Keanu's shown that he's going to do a lot of shit, and he's... been fucking sitting in his house the entire fucking movie, basically. I mean, I guess he killed one guy. Killed the fucking elevator worker or security guard. Which is like,
and that lady who got blown under the bus.
But that never comes back. Like, it's kind of impressive to be able to kill a guy just with a screwdriver through the head. Like, that takes strength. But then he's like he gets his ass kicked, basically. But not really. They're just kind of hugging each other to try to get the upper hand. And then, wha-bam, which is, like, a little dumb. But, like, I guess it's sort of screenwriting. It's like, oh, we set up that there's random things in the subway, so now and Keanu avoids them and knows about them. But
well, you know what those were, right? Those were, like, signals for the trains to make sure they stop or slow down.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
I'm not saying those are fake, but, like...
Yeah. No, I'm not saying... I'm not saying... I don't think you're saying that they're fake. I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
Just random stuff.
I don't think they developed the idea that he's like a salty ex-cop that well, other than he like knows some like cop stuff, or at least they allude to that kind of. It's like, I don't know. Obviously, it's like, I feel like it's somewhat trying to be a social statement with that, but at the same time, there's no way you can be a social statement with this fucking movie. It's just a fun, zoom, and I don't know. I didn't believe it too much. I feel like, things got solved a little too easily. I wish there was maybe more consequences. Just the way the movie was going, I felt like... I guess one of the other points... I think one of the other points of, like, him killing the guy at the beginning was to show that, he doesn't take shit. He's gonna fucking yeet. He's gonna kill people. He doesn't fucking care. But then he only kills, one confirmed known character. I'm assuming he got a couple other SWAT people with the fucking explosion, but like, who cares? We don't. I think also the people on the bus could have been more developed a little bit. It's like
I get that
a little bit. Like, I just wish that we knew each one and they were like a little more defined. At least,
I mean,
but there was like a couple.
I was gonna say,
like a couple that are just like. I have no idea who they are at all. Like
and then there's one character who on the bus who I actually really like, just don't like, and it's just annoying. And that's like
the tourist?
what's it called? Like Cameron Fry on the bus. Yeah, I mean he's the tourist guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's annoying. But
I know.
He is kind of funny. The Jaguar owner, Glenn.
Plummer. Yeah. The Jaguar owner was in the sequel as well.
Oh really? Oh,
he gets his bolt stolen in that.
Oof.
Yeah.
Hard times out here for a rich black man, apparently.
Yes, I know.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's okay. Let's just give this film a score. It's alright. I don't have anything more to say about it. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to give it?
I admit its flaws. I'm still giving it a 6.5 out of 10. Sue me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna give it that basically. I gave it
Really?
a 6 out of 10, closer to a 7.
Really?
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
I guess
there you
we
go.
agree.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna give this an 8. I mean, I can. That's ridiculous. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie of all time.
mean,
I
you
just,
can
I
give it an
love
8.
it so much.
There's
honestly.
a critic I respect a good amount who gave it a 9.
Right, a critic gave it 9.
Yeah, well, at least a YouTube critic guy.
Oh, really?
Maker.
Really?
I've mentioned it before. He gave it a 9. Yeah. I don't know. He
Interesting.
likes. I know he likes stuff like he is known for liking like dumb action stuff.
Of course, he likes that
forgiving it
stuff.
for that, even despite its flaws.
Yeah.
Even though he only gave Infinity War a 6 out of 10. Yeah. Anyways.
Interesting. Okay.
I guess we can go to like our quick film reviews of the past week because
Yeah.
since I got home, I've been watching a bunch of stuff.
I've actually had more time to watch a few things as well, like because
cool.
I've been done work, so yeah.
All right, you go first.
All right. Well, my girlfriend has been putting me on a bunch of Filipino romantic comedies because believe me, there is a lot of them. I don't know what's up with that culture, but they just pump those babies out like so much.
I feel like every culture.
No, but like seriously, like so many of the films, like the Filipino movies on Netflix, are
Maybe
romantic
like
comedies.
The percentage. Now maybe that's the part. It's the percentage because like every culture pumps out a bunch of rom-coms, but I feel like maybe it's the percentage of like.
Yeah, no.
The only movies they'll fund in Philippines are just rom-coms, maybe.
Yeah, no, like the ones that they make, like they're actually not that bad. They're nice, they're heartwarming, and it's cool to just watch with someone you like, So yeah.
Sure.
Now, the one I watched was what's it called? Fuck, I can't remember the name. It's on Netflix though. Fuck, I can't remember. It's not important. But just if you're on Netflix, go to the Filipino section, find yourself a romantic comedy. They're all pretty much the same plot line, and they're decent. They're fun. Sorry, it's interesting to look at how different cultures look at love. It's kind of cool. Because the American rom-com formula does get pretty old sometimes. So yeah.
What's the Filipino rom-com?
Well, actually, the one I watched, by the end of it, the characters, they get together, but the crazy part is, they don't even kiss on the lips, much less have sex. They just get a forehead kiss, and that's it.
That's good old Christian values.
Good Christian values
much.
right
Thank
there.
God.
Yeah, I know.
Unlike that California Christmas shit. They're supposed to be
yeah,
Christians,
they fucked on the wine fields.
They give up.
Yeah.
Apparently, they just give up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. What else you got?
What else did I watch? Well, I watched Free Guy. I really enjoyed that. It's also dumb as hell, but it's got Ryan Reynolds in it. It was super fun to watch. I had a great time with it. I was laughing my.
Yeah, if it was anyone but Ryan Reynolds, I probably would see it, but I don't know. I don't like him that much.
I'm disappointed in you, Daniel.
Everyone loves him in Deadpool. I thought he was maybe the worst part of Deadpool. Other than the script. The script was kind of shit.
Well, alrighty then. Good to know. But yeah, I mean, Free Guy, it's in theaters now. Go check it out. It's lots of fun.
Maybe not the script of Deadpool, more the story. Like, some of the clips were kind of good.
Yeah.
But the fucking story's shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did I see? I know I saw one other thing. I'm just trying to remember. Oh yeah, I saw. What did I watch? Oh, I watched Monsters University for the first time as well.
Okay.
I'd never seen that before. I'd only seen the first one. I mean, the first one's obviously way better. I think this one's more of just like
I haven't seen the first one in so long. I
haven't seen the first one in a while either. But like, this one was not bad. Like, the animation was great. Obviously, it's Pixar, right? Of course, it's gonna be fantastic. But I mean, yeah, and the jokes were relatively funny too. But I mean, I think it's a simple story, just about like finding yourself and being okay with not fully doing what you want to do, right? So sometimes it's okay to settle, I guess, which is not the worst thing in the world.
That's
because
not,
yeah maybe that's not the best way to describe it, but basically what it was trying to say is that
when you say it like that, it's like for a kids movie, it's pretty pessimistic to be like, oh,
yeah, okay, but like
dreams, take the second tier.
No, I mean, like, it's okay, but basically trying to say it's okay if you don't accomplish every single thing you've wanted, because sometimes, like, no matter how hard you work, it just doesn't work out. It's out of your control. Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes it just doesn't work out, even if you work your butt off. But the journey there is what's important.
Sometimes you're talented, something else, and the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
The journey's cool.
Yeah, no, it's a nice film. It's a nice film. Honestly, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, actually. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I've been watching a lot of What If as well. You know, the new Marvel show. So that's been interesting. Yeah.
So on the way to camp, because I still had Wi-Fi, I watched Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Oh yeah.
That was a fun time. You know.
What'd
I
you
just
think of
love that the way they get to fucking White Castle is by stealing these people's fucking truck and then having the fucking hand glider. That shit was funny as hell.
That was pretty funny.
I don't know. There's a lot of parts that are just really bizarre. Neil Patrick Harris is kind of funny, and it's just like he's
he's pretty funny.
Did Doogie Howser just steal my fucking car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The food's pretty good. I've never had White Castle though, so I can't relate to wanting White Castle.
I've never had White Castle either. It's only really in the United States. I don't think there's any
States thing
here.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a fun movie. You know,
it is.
Nice little road trip movie, kind of.
Yeah.
Rango. So the movie that they were playing at they play a movie like Saturday evening for like the staff who were still there. So they played Rango. Because apparently some fucking LATs, like the leaders in training, wanted to watch it. But those same people were the ones, like, they ended up ditching to go play beach volleyball. I was just like, okay, sure. And I'm like, there's better movies than Rango, but they're definitely worse movies than Rango.
I mean, Rango is like an acid trip of a kid's movie, honestly.
It is. It's a fun it's a fun time. Roger Deakins does a really good job helping with the cinematography. Definitely, honestly, much better than Vivo. I hate, I don't want to, like, he did a much better, like, and he did this, like, 10 years ago. He did a much better job. Rango did a much better job with his animation than Vivo did. I'm sorry, Vivo.
Yeah.
But
that's okay.
You're not that good. You're also, well, it's like, story-wise, they're similar-ish. They're not, like, that well done. Boogie Nights, I watched, the Paul Thomas Anderson movie. It's good. I liked it a good amount. Its style, especially going towards the third act, really reminded me of Euphoria, just without the really neon lighting. Like the camera movements and stuff, PTA seemed to be really into that. I also watched Inherent Vice, another PTA movie from 2014. Probably is more one of his, definitely seen as one of his weakest movies. I still thought it was good. I think he did a very good job adapting the source material, but it very much felt like just the book as a movie, which is obviously maybe all you ever want for books that are movies, but at the same time, he didn't do really anything interesting. Like, it didn't feel like he deviated at all story-wise or added anything cool visually to, like, try to, he used it has the normal narration thing that usually a good amount of book to movie things have. It's pretty good. 7 out of 10, closer to an 8. Boogie Nights, I gave an 8 out of 10, closer to a 9, because, it's pretty good. And then I watched Badlands, a movie by Terrence Malick, starring Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek.
Yep, just making sure you get that.
It was good. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It looks really nice in a lot of parts, like most Malick movies do, and it's a really interesting movie for Malick to do, because, like, he's a guy who, like, obviously some of his movies have violence, but, he's, I don't know, it was really interesting for a guy like him to cover a movie about a couple, one serial killer. I thought they were both going to be into it, but the girl just very passive, but at the same time, it's still pretty interesting. It's a unique story. Obviously that's based on a true story is pretty insane. And just the fact, and how much, like, they're cooperating with fucking Martin Sheen's character. Trying to remember, his name is Kit in the movie. How much they're cooperating him and just seeing him as a nice guy, even though he fucking killed like 11 people. This is kind of crazy, and it's it's pretty good. 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Harold Kumar was a 7 out of 10. So is Rango. So I watched some pretty solid movies.
Oh shit! I forgot one more movie I watched. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I watched The Guest, which was done by Adam Wingard, who did Kong versus Godzilla. Godzilla versus Kong, I should say. Yes. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's actually not bad. I mean, it's a good thriller. It's kind of like in the mold of like an thriller action movie. I mean, like I think it's definitely solid, but it flew like really under the radar when it came out in 2014. You know, I mean, like it's since developed a bit of a cult following apparently. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's on Netflix now. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. The last day to watch it is September the 10th, I think. So better hurry up and do that. So
All right. Cool.
yeah,
All right. Well, I guess now we maybe try to figure out what we're gonna do for
what we
next
do.
week.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah, because my moving day is the 4th of September.
Okay.
So
So I guess we'll try to do one more episode before you move out.
yeah,
And then I don't know how you'll be able to.
yeah. And what's
do
it called?
stuff from
Let's just see. Like what's
Windsor, but we'll
yeah.
figure that out, I guess.
We'll figure it out. And also, what's it called? Yeah, next Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to Niagara Falls for a couple days with some of my friends. We're gonna chill there in a hotel, so that should be all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Just take a look. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. All right. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. So it's the 29th and the 30th. I'll be away, but we could probably do it on the Wednesday.
Yeah. All right. So the biggest movie that's coming out is Candyman.
Yeah, I'd be down to do a
yeah.
review on that. Yeah.
I'd probably want to. Yeah, if we can both end up seeing it, I'll definitely be trying to see it. So
Yeah.
we'll probably.
And even if we're not going to do a review on it, that's still I'd still hope we can try and go see like Shang-Chi before like I have to go or some shit. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. Yeah, I definitely want to see Shang-Chi. Apparently the Beatles documentary might be coming out. I don't know if it's doing like a theatrical run before it's going, because I'm pretty sure Disney Plus has the rights to it. Like they're planning to release it on Disney Plus somewhat soon. Yeah, other than that, I don't really know what would be kind of cool to.
Yeah.
They're re-releasing Snake Eyes.
I don't know why. I did a review on Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is pretty fucking boring, dude. It's so lame, honestly.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't that good.
Yeah, it was not that good.
Unfortunate.
But what do I expect from fucking Hasbro Studios, honestly?
You mean?
Yeah.
You mean Paramount?
Well, Hasbro Studios was working with Paramount, right? Because this is a Hasbro
Really?
property, right?
This
Just
is
G.I. Joe.
Oh, okay.
Hasbro Studios also did
What
the
other
fucking
Hasbro
classic
is that?
Battleship from 2012, if you remember that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was definitely
That's kinda
interesting.
funny. Yeah, so we'll try to see Candyman. We'll try to cover that. I don't know. Is there another movie you want to just do? I think we'll figure out the other one later.
I got an idea.
One of us. Oh, you got an idea?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if we like compare the original Candyman and the new one?
That's a very solid idea. I approve. All right, we'll aim for that. We're gonna cover the Candymans.
Well, there's actually another one. There's actually a bunch of direct-to-DVD sequels that are out there, but we don't have time for those.
Yeah,
I don't think those are very good.
Yeah, we're gonna cover the original Candyman and the new Candyman, so that'll be interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we'll try to do those two.
Sweet.
Anyways, I think this will be the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. Make sure to go check out Aiden at GBD Reviews. Make sure to hit up that, what was your Snake Eyes review?
Yep, Snake Eyes review. Go blow that up.
All right.
Get it to at least 90 views. That would be nice.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, we're here, and one of us is still queer. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye. Idris Elba, my boy, Regina King, Lakeith Stanfield, is going to open BFI's London Film Festival, which kind of shows that Netflix might see this a little bit as an Oscar contender in some ways, potentially. I would think what most people are thinking that could get is probably SAG Ensemble, because that's something that, you know, with the amount of talented black actors and the amount of talented actors period there, that'd be a group they'd want to nominate. And, you know, if the movie's good, I think they will, and maybe if it's good enough, they might nominate a couple other things. We're about to watch the trailer for Cry Macho. So we'll cut to that now, I guess.
Yeah.
We're back. I wanted to quickly also mention Clifford the Big Red Dog was pulled from Toronto Film Festival.
Yes!
We talked about... Okay,
Ah,
calm down, jeez.
thank the Lord.
What do you mean?
Jesus
That would have been
Christ.
fun.
Oh, shut up.
It was pulled from Paramount's schedule at first. We talked about that last week, I think, quickly. And then it was subsequently pulled from Toronto Film Festival. And I'm not too sad about this, but I'm a little sad. It would have been kind of fun to have something not so serious at TIFF, you know?
Yeah.
New York City mandates COVID vaccinations for all indoor entertainment. I don't know what system they're using to, like, for people to prove that they've been vaccinated. That's definitely a very big subject of debate with, like, the idea of, like, COVID passports and stuff. We kind of mentioned that while talking... We're going to mention that while talking about Vivo. But, yeah, I think it's definitely a smart thing, especially with people being, like, a little weary of Delta.
Yeah.
And that was shown by the Suicide Squad's opening, which only got to 26.5 million. I think projections were as high as, like, 70 million, which, consider... Actually, I think they were more 30-ish million, but...
Well, I mean, what's it called? It was released August 5th, right? It's already made $72 million, so it's not doing too bad at the moment.
What? Well, internationally, I think domestically only made 26.5 so far.
Yeah, but I mean, keep in mind that there are still a lot of areas of the world where the pandemic is still raging pretty hard. So, you know, like, we're not out of this yet, so I'm not entirely shocked, you know, so...
Yeah,
totally okay.
but it also kind of shows, especially in America, that more people are trying to stay home amid Delta, so... which is a little weary for other Hollywood projects trying to get released.
Yeah.
Apple landed Matthew Vaughn's star-studded spy film, Argylle, which has Henry Cavill, Sam Rockwell, Bryce Dallas Howard, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara, John Cena, and Samuel L. Jackson starred the globe-trotting adventure that follows the world's greatest spy. Yeah. Is Henry Cavill supposed to be the world's greatest spy? Assuming
probably
that's because he was listed first.
Yeah.
Because out of all these people, you pick Henry Cavill?
Well, I mean, Henry Cavill was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., that other spy movie. They kind of flew under the radar, but that one wasn't too bad. It was fun enough, you know. So I mean, he's a big name actor as well. So I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And I think this is maybe my most one of my more exciting announcements. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but Searchlight, Fox Searchlight is making a film called The Menu, which will have Ralph Fiennes and Anya Taylor-Joy. But then Nicholas Hoult is going to be in that as well, playing, I think, Anya's husband. I don't know what that's exactly supposed to be about. But it also looked like Nicholas Hoult has been cast in Universal's Dracula film, which, if I remember correctly, is going to be directed by Chloe Zhao. And its name at the moment appears to be Renfield. Wait, actually, no. No, this is a different one. It's Chris McKay, the director of the Tomorrow War. Never mind. And also, he did the Batman film. Never mind. Scratch everything I just said. I don't care about this announcement at all. Whatever. All right.
Yeah, okay,
yeah, we're done with news. Right, let's move on. All right, for those of you who are still around, we'll quickly tell you what we're going to be talking about next week. Aiden, what is your specific recommendation?
Well, after much consideration, and by much consideration, I mean, like, just like that, I would like to talk about, I would like to talk about the... I don't know. Is it really a sequel to Suicide Squad?
It's not. It's a soft reboot, I'd call it.
Soft reboot to Suicide Squad. Yeah, it's basically, it's essentially that. I want to talk about the Suicide Squad. You see, it's different because it has a the in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I can't wait to see it so we can talk about it. And Daniel, I think I know you told me what you're going to recommend, but why don't you tell our esteemed audience members?
So I'll be leaving for up north for a little bit. But before I do, we're going to be watching one of the most epic pieces of content for 2021. And that is The Kissing Booth 3. One of my most anticipated films of the year. It's coming Wednesday to Netflix. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
I am not.
It's going to be great. One of the most
acclaimed trilogies. That's going to be quite the send-off.
It's going to be one of the best acclaimed trilogies of Netflix trilogies. Because they have like one.
Are they going to cap it at 3? I really hope they do.
I feel like they are.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't know if I feel like they only got them for 3 on a contract. I don't know if Joey King and Jacob Lodi want to go through the awkwardness.
Well, yeah, because they're not even
4th
talking
time.
together anymore. How awkward must that be for them? Like, Jesus Christ.
It's definitely a bit. I have to imagine it was definitely a bit awkward.
Like, hey, what's up? I guess we gotta
Yeah.
pretend we're dating now again, eh?
Yeah. What the?
Yeah, then he says with his thick Australian accent, "Yeah, I guess we do, mate.
I guess.
Yeah, wanna pretend we're dating again."
But yeah, it's gonna be great. The trailer looked amazing, so I'm very looking forward to that. And then we're also gonna be seeing something in theaters together first time, so we'll have a shared theater experience to talk about. That is gonna be The Green Knight. I've seen it already, but I'm gonna see it twice. That's how interested I am in the movie overall. It's gonna be the first movie I've seen twice in theaters. I haven't done that with any other movie.
And it'll be my first time seeing it, and I'm very excited. I've been looking forward to this film.
Directed by David Lowery, starring Dev Patel.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys then.